Well guys, good luck. And this is the 180 subscriber special. We're getting the big numbers now. Almost 200. Wow, ridiculous. It's even more funny that the last 10 or 15 subscribers have been in my pretty much most inactive month ever. Which makes me believe that people will actually subscribe to me just so I don't make videos. Which is kinda sad. A little bit. Yeah. Anyway, as you may or may not know, I usually don't do subscriber specials because there's really no point. But I do them in occasions where I have something to talk about and I don't really want to put a ridiculously long talk on some of my other videos because it completely does not concern them. So what's going on? I said I've been a little bit inactive, and I think the biggest culprit is Google+. About a month ago, Google+ happened. Well, it obviously happened a long time ago when it was created, but nobody fucking liked that shit because they already had Facebook. And so, in a desperate move to increase user numbers, Google integrated that shit into YouTube. Now, you may not know this, but I have been railing about YouTube changes for over a year now on my Facebook. They change something, it breaks everything. I fucking complain because the things they break is like so bad. It's so bad. Stuff like removing the stop download button. I don't know if you knew this, but there used to be a stop download button. If you right click on the video and you select it, it would stop the download of the video. It's not a useful feature anymore these days because YouTube tends not to pre-buffer the videos anymore and instead download them in blocks as you play through the video, but still, it was nice. You could see the thumbnail, for example, maximized if you did that, if you wanted for some reason. It was a really nice feature that didn't have to be removed, and yet it's gone and not there. Something else, let's say, annotation changes. I used to do annotations on my videos, and still do some of them, I guess, like the Hearthstone ones, but at this point I'm just putting them in for very specific convenient things. In the past I just put in a bunch like previous video, next video, first video, my channel link, subscription link, playlist links, all that stuff, and I try to put them in places where they wouldn't inconvenience you either, at least too much. And they change how they work. Basically, they used to kind of lock on size. So if you like typed out a really long word like subscribe and you tried to make the annotation smaller, instead of becoming just straight up smaller, tiny, it would make sure that the word fully remains in the annotation at all times and just either prevent you from resizing the annotation completely or just, you know, divide the word into two and make it 2 lines instead of 1. And it was really nice and rigid, and I could really get my annotations to be just the way I wanted them to be. But now they changed it so that the annotations completely adapt. Meaning that if you make it smaller, the fucking word gets smaller. But I don't want it to get smaller. I want it to be that particular size, and I want the annotation to match the size. But now if I want to match the size, I have to just personally take every single annotation and make adjustments just to get it right. It just pissed me the fuck off, so I just stopped it. I already didn't really enjoy adding annotations because it's just a bunch of time spent, and you know, most of the people don't use them anyway. I personally usually just click off the annotations, and if I want to find something, I find it myself, you know, so that's why I kind of stopped it. I would have at least tried if they worked fucking properly and not this bullshit. And that's the thing, like, Google just keeps making these changes and over again, and just make things just not the way I want it to be. It just isn't. It's just something else. The worst thing, there's not much you can do about it. It's a free service, right? So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just stop paying the money? Oh wait, I'm not paying the money, so I can't really do anything besides like stopping using the service altogether. Honestly, if there were some other alternatives, I probably would do just that. I would just stop. And so then the Google Plus thing happened, and what do you fucking know? If you want to use the Google Plus stuff, you actually have to have an account to use the Google Plus stuff. And they don't make an account for you, they don't force it upon you. So I just said, well then Google, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just not gonna make a Google Plus account. What you gonna do about it? Well, I hope they don't do anything about it. At least they don't make it something worse, like preventing me from using the upload feature of YouTube. But, you know, it's kind of like that 50-50 chance of a very terrible thing happening. I just don't know. On one hand, I think, you know, they wouldn't do that. They saw how terrible the backlash was. Like, if they push it even further, God knows what may happen. People might actually leave. But at the same time, you know, maybe they're just waiting until enough people adopt it where they're comfortable to completely make this website into a Google video or some shit. I don't know. There's just too many variables, and one thing's for sure, people are unhappy. Like, this is probably the first time when people actually put their shit together, went out and started doing stuff. Like, they've literally made this new thing called Bitwid. First they call it YourTube, basically to symbolize the fact that it's your tube. It's about you and not about fucking Google. And obviously they couldn't use that name because that would be copyright infringement, probably. And they came up with Bitwid, pretty cool concept with things like Bitcoin and similar. Becoming more popular these days. It's a good name to pick. It really has that ring. I wonder what it is. Probably something interesting, right? Obviously it's just starting, but at the very least they have good intentions, and that's more than YouTube has. A lot more than YouTube has. Honestly, I would have looked a lot more into it if I actually had time to do these things, or energy more specifically. But yeah, I was, last month was a little bit rough. I'll talk about it a bit later. Anyway, like I said, I already use Facebook, so you could think, well, using Google Plus is not that much of a big deal. You just make an account, bam, you ignore it. But I just don't want to. Like, I've come to the point with YouTube where I just don't want this shit. It's like beyond the point where I can really accept it anymore. Like all these layout changes, you know, at least they didn't affect the functionality of the website. The channels looked more ugly, but I'm not a very aesthetical person anyway, so I don't care. Like, whatever. Fucking make your website black and white for all I care, as long as it fucking works. oh wait, you did made your website black and white. Well, like I said, I don't care. It's like, fine, I'll take it. It's like, you know, buying things in those generic packages instead of buying a brand product, you know. I don't care that it looks shitty, as long as it does the job. But as it happens in real life as well, if something is in a shitty package, it probably also is of shitty quality. And YouTube is continuing to go down that road. I mean, for God's sake, I can't even comment on my own videos now because I don't have Google+. And that much I could still live with. But that's not it. On top of that, I can't review my comments, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, why would you even turn on the Google Plus review on my videos if I can't even use it? I can't review my comments. People, you could possibly be commenting on the videos and I just won't see them at all because I don't have Google Plus. Like, they will not even appear on the video, on the comments themselves. I will just see the line, there are some comments for review. And it is known that this review is absolutely fucked and broken in every single way possible. Like, most of the things that are in that are actual good comments. Most of the time. Yeah, there's some... I'm sure that it also blocks out now all the bobs and whatever that were introduced with the Google Plus system at the start. But it also takes away some really good comments. And I mean, it wouldn't be a problem if I could actually do something about it. But I can't. Because I don't have Google Plus. And you know, the worst thing is that, you know, I came up with this idea. Okay, I can't comment, but I can click on your name, go to your channel, go to About You, and there's a button, Send Message. And I'll send you messages as a response to your comments. That was the basic idea of what I'll do. Nope! Apparently, in their infinite wisdom, as always, Google removed the inbox without providing any readily available substitute that I know of. And even if they do provide one, they're probably gonna provide it for Google+. Which is completely redundant and useless given how the fucking inbox system works perfectly fucking fine. There is nothing wrong with it. It works. I've sent like private messages to pretty much every comment that I actually read since the introduction of Google+. But only some people actually saw my private messages because they just don't see the button and they don't get notified about them. I'm pretty sure that the only way they get notified is if they have chosen to get notifications about private messages by email. I do have a friend on Facebook who helped me out with this a little bit. She gave me some pictures like how the whole Google Plus thing looks, the new menu, and she helped me to get in touch with some of my subscribers because she does use Google Plus. Thank you very much, Marina. Much appreciated. And yes, I don't have anything against people actually using Google+. If I did, I would have just removed the comment section entirely. I don't hate people for using it. I have nothing against people using it. I just personally don't want to use it. That's all it is. And I'm not gonna use it. That's how it's gonna be. The only exception to that is for science. I'm gonna make a Google Plus account on one of my mock Gmail accounts, which I had to make for my university project. Did some testing there and stuff, and I'll make a Google Plus account on that. I'll do some testing to find out how exactly it works currently, to look for alternatives to get around it. I have some ideas. For example, you may have noticed that I have managed to make comments on my own videos, but they're very limited and I can't reply, and you can't reply to those comments either, which is completely ridiculous. And the reason I can do that is because I upload them as private videos. The funny story, I had uploaded like a bunch of videos right before the Google Plus thing hit, and at that time when they switched the comments to Google Plus, I had one of my videos still set as private, and funnily enough the private video maintained the old comment section. So I thought maybe all private videos do this, and lo and behold, they do. If I keep my videos private, they actually keep the old comment section, and you can comment there with the YouTube accounts. I don't know if this is temporary or can I exploit it in some more ways. For example, maybe I could private my video, have it revert to normal comments somehow, and then reply to your comments that you made with Google Plus, and then revert it to public, and then you may even see these comments. I don't know if that will work, but I'll definitely test it out when I make that Google Plus account, and obviously I'll check out how all the interface works so I can give you advice in case you have some problems. But after I'm done, I'm just gonna delete the entire account. It's gonna be nuked from orbit. Fucking stupid. Oh, it's a mock account anyway for testing purposes, so it doesn't really matter. The saddest thing about this whole Google Plus introduction was the fact that one of my best buddies on YouTube as well stopped making videos. His name is Pentathlon. He's been around a little bit longer than I have. I've been watching his videos for well over a year. We even made some collaborations. Well, like the Left 4 Dead 2 team matches. That's never gonna happen again anymore, most likely. And I did appear in his Planetside and online videos. Pretty hilarious stuff. Basically where I pretended to be a female. Don't even ask. Look, I'm not gonna explain it. I would like to say that if you watch those videos it would make sense, but honestly probably wouldn't anyway, so I'm just gonna say it was some crazy shit. And it's all over. It's done. It's gone. Probably is not even gonna go to other websites. I can only hope, but it was really a sad day when it happened. Alright, what else is there to talk about? Oh, right. The more recent events on Google. Now, this hasn't hit me yet, at least, and might not even hit me at all, because I do have a tendency to be very careful with the videos I make, but probably most of gaming channels have had ridiculous problems with the copyright system, Content ID on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious that system is still there and it's still not fixed. And on top of that, YouTube is all like, oh, system's awesome, you just have to deal with it. I'm not even fucking making this shit up. For those that don't know, Content ID for the last week or so has been flagging a bunch of gaming videos with everything. It's the apocalypse, as some people say. For music, for trailer footage, or for gameplay footage of cutscenes, people have got like hundreds of claims. Some people even got copyright strikes. It's insane. Now, I'm not gonna go into the whole law thing, because more than anything else, it's a very gray area. But most of the time, companies like publishers will want gaming videos. And the best gaming videos, bar a few exceptions, are usually made by people who are getting paid for their stuff. And if their video is flagged with content ID, copyright notice, then they can monetize that video so they can get paid for it. Surprise, surprise, the entire gaming world is flipping their shit. And with good reason. It has not really been a problem for most people. My personal experience with copyrights, I had like 4 notices on this channel. The first 2 were on my Postal 2 Let's Play videos, long time ago. They were by BMV Entertainment, which I later learned was a network here on YouTube called Buzz My Videos. And the theory that I had was that they uploaded their partners' videos to the content ID system, and naturally some of those videos happened to be playing Postal 2 or similar games, and when the content ID checked over my videos, it found the title screen, which is exactly the same in every single Let's Play video of Postal 2. And obviously flagged that video for copyright. This was my going theory for it. But that's what happened more or less. I made the video about it, like how to dispute those claims. It's kinda still valid up to this day. Obviously it only goes for fake or invalid claims. Don't try to dispute things that are actual, like legit. And you can easily find out if they're legit. Pretty much. You just have to Google the name, Google what they're apparently owning, and, well, if you don't find anything, it's a 50-50 chance. If you find some basic information, then you can conduct some deeper investigations, and then you can tell with more certainty. Actually, I've done this for a few people that have contacted me after watching the video. They asked me, I've got a claim on this and this, and I looked into it and I helped them out to resolve it. Sometimes it was fake, sometimes it was sort of legit, sometimes it was something that you couldn't actually dispute very well. Like in-game cutscenes, those are pretty iffy. In general, my experience with fake claims was pretty fast resolved. Then I had the copyright claim on my first part of Guild Wars 2 Let's Play. That was when they tried to protect their copyright, apparently, on YouTube. Kinda redundant, I'd say, because you can't make a game on YouTube. So, like you can make videos. That's what YouTube is about, videos. You won't make a game. It can't be done. I mean, at best you can make some interactive experience by linking a bunch of small videos together, where you have a choice, you click, and depending on the choice you go to a different video. But that's it. You definitely couldn't make a full-fledged game or anything, so I don't know what they were protecting their copyright from. But whatever, that was... I didn't care too much because it was just a claim. I acknowledged it and said, you know, whatever, man. Man, NCSoft, man, whatever. Plus, they only did it on one video, so it was like, fine, I guess. Maybe they did it with cutscenes or something, because that would make a little bit more sense, but I don't know. I didn't get into specifics. I just remember it was pretty funny how some people were all like, yeah, man, they don't deserve that money anyway, that monetization money. Now we'll have videos made by people who are actually passionate about the game. That's fucking hilarious, because the one man that I knew that was passionate about Guild Wars wasn't making videos and didn't make videos for a while on Guild Wars 2 around that time. So honestly, it definitely didn't encourage them, let's put it that way. If they were making that stuff, they probably were making it already, but that could have definitely discouraged them from doing it. You don't want to make people choose between what they want to do and what they have to do when it comes to like monetization. You just don't want to do that, because not only most of them will choose what they have to do, but also they will be pissed that they have to choose what they have to do. It's never a good idea to do these kind of claims. Like in the current crisis, a lot of publishers immediately responded saying, "This is not us. This is the YouTube system." And it makes sense. They don't want to piss off people. I mean, some of the publishers do, Sega and Nintendo, but most of them are not that fucking annoying. At least there's hope. And the last claim I got was on my pretty recent Witcher video, the last part of the Witcher Let's Play, where I used a specific song, and I used it as a background for clips taken from my Let's Play to make kinda a funny clip, so to speak. I'm no expert, so I can't say if this falls under parody. If you want to see, just scroll the last 4 minutes or so of the Witcher Let's Play last video and you can judge for yourself. I definitely doubt that I have caused any damage whatsoever to anyone by using that clip, because it's not like some popular new song or anything. It's old. Everybody knows that song. Everybody. I'm not gonna spoil it though. It's pretty hilarious when you see it. And funnily enough, that claim used to block my video in Germany, but I think they actually later changed it to not block it on Germany. So sometimes Content ID does good things too. Of course, now that I've said it, it's very possible that it will just fucking copyright strike my channel the next day, but such is the world we live in. Not much you can do about it. The worst is yet to come with this copyright bullshit. Although this is less related to copyright, it kinda is. When the new year comes, YouTube is gonna roll out a new monetization review process. Fuck knows how that's gonna be conducted, but knowing YouTube is just gonna fucking explode and just, I don't know, steal money from you or something. I can't imagine you doing anything good. But basically, every video you want to monetize it? Well, tough luck. You're gonna have to sit through possibly days of review, and even then your video can just be rejected because we don't feel like monetizing it. What I've heard is an automated process as well, which is why I'm so fucking skeptical about it. On the other hand, since it is an automated process, there are probably ways to completely go around it. I don't know, but it's gonna be terrible. You know it's gonna be terrible because it's a YouTube change. I want to name some good changes. Like, I really want to be that guy that says, well, but YouTube did this and that. But YouTube have made so many bad changes that I can't remember a single good one. I'm trying my hardest and I just can't come up with one. It just doesn't come to mind. This is how bad it is. Enough about YouTube. You know it sucks. You know Google sucks. Oh, yeah. I even stopped using Google search. Yeah, man. I'm fucking hardcore when it comes to this shit. I'm now using the second most popular search engine called DuckDuckGo. Duck as in, you know, the ugly duckling. That kind of duck. DuckDuckGo. I just found it when I was browsing the YouTube Reddits, and people were all like, we have to boycott Google, and they had this link to a search engine. Now it's not perfect engine. Google still gives a little bit more relevant searches, unfortunately, but it's good enough for me. I'll take it over the fucking Google bullshit. Honestly, like I said, I would have done the same with YouTube if there was a fucking alternative, but there just isn't. So. But yeah, enough about YouTube. Enough. Let's talk about the channel, what's going on. Like I said, in the past month, I had some things to take care with the university. Pretty rough job. Did some full days of programming too, and often it left me really exhausted. And you know me, maybe don't, but yeah, if you don't, well then here I'll tell you. I don't like to make videos when I'm not in good shape. When I'm tired or like sleepy or something, I tend to avoid making videos because, well, in the past, for example, I tried to record something after not having sleep over the night. I don't remember the circumstances, but it wasn't anything crazy. Either I was busy or I just got really into something, and you know, by the time I realized it was fucking 6, 7 in the morning. It happens from time to time for everybody, I'm sure. And I thought, you know, well, let's try recording, see how it goes. And what I recorded that day was the shittiest 5 minutes of Witcher ever. In fact, that was the reason why there was such a massive break in Witcher video. Because I made that stupid recording like that, and it was so bad. Oh my god, how bad it was. You wouldn't believe it. I just deleted it, reverted my save, and said, nope. And pretty much, even before, I really didn't do stuff like that, like record when I'm completely tired, unless like I had really no choice. But from that day forward, I just always made sure that I'm at least, you know, somewhat capable of producing coherent thought when I'm doing videos. And pretty much most of the past month, I felt like all the free time I had, I did not have that ability. Maybe there was some small time frames where that wasn't true, but obviously then the Google Plus happened and I just didn't feel like doing videos at that time. Thankfully that is pretty much done over and taken care of. I am now going to have 3-4 days, depends, before I leave the town to visit my family for the holidays, the Christmases and New Year's. I'll be back from that around the 2nd of January. In the 4 days, I'll probably record some Witcher. We'll see how I feel, obviously. Probably will be fine. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. And try to edit some up, but no promises. Maybe I'll get a part out. I can definitely get one part out. If I record it on like Friday, I'll definitely make one part at least. I usually tend to record like a few hours and then edit it all up by looking through all of it every fucking second. It's mostly because I have to do a lot of technical sound adjustments and shit, which require me to have the final state of the video in order to be accurate. It makes editing fairly annoying because I know I have to finish like this 3-hour session of editing, which takes over 3 hours to edit. And when you're editing and like trying to pay attention to every single second, like should I cut this out? Should I keep this? And then at the same time in the background you're listening for noise, so you cut out the noise. It's like it's really a draining experience. I usually edit in about 1 to 2 hour sections, not more than that editing in a day, cause it's intense. Like I'm really paying attention, like the kind of attention you should pay while you're trying to learn something important. That level. Some things occasionally still slip through, but yeah. Nobody's perfect. I can only strive. In the meanwhile though, I am going to release quite a bit of Hearthstone. I got into the beta, and I like the game. I saw it being played by Kriparian mostly. I didn't like watch the entire documentary, like all 10 hours after 10 hours every single day or anything. Just looked it up a little bit, a few hours here and there. And I really like the arena concept. I really like concepts like these where, you know, you have some really limited choice from random things. In any game, really, I like that kind of mode. It's my favorite. I'd love like to compete in those kind of games even. I'd probably put a lot of effort into that kind of stuff. Really love it. At first when I heard of Arena, like on paper it didn't sound all that well. But, you know, because Hearthstone isn't that big of a game, it's actually pretty cool. It has like a lot of intricate mechanics to it, while still being fairly simple. And since it's dictated by RNG, more often than not, you won't be like super strategizing. You will be just, you know, thinking on the turn. Most of the time, you're thinking, okay, should I do it like this or like that? I really like that. That's the favorite kind of gameplay for me. You know, not fucking hours of strategizing before you get to play the game or something silly like that. Just you get in, and if your head is on your shoulders, you can do pretty well. But if you push that extra little bit of effort, you can be amazing. Perfect. Love that. So I have recorded quite a bit of it. Unfortunately, at times you will notice that I am a little bit fatigued and I do make some silly ass choices. But, you know, the way I thought about it is I'm probably gonna fuck up a lot anyway because I'm new. Somewhat new at least. So I might as well, you know, do it while I can't even think straight. At least then that becomes the excuse. I was just tired, man. That's why these arena runs suck. And to a certain degree, funnily enough, it was actually semi-true. I'm not gonna spoil the arena runs, but some of them are gonna be pretty lengthy. Let's put it that way. Not bad for like not even 10th arena run, I'd say. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I repeat that if you do make comments on the video and I can see them, which is another thing I forgot to mention, was that I don't get any notifications about your comments anymore, not even to my email, which is absolutely ridiculous. Basically, I just have to guess, like, I wonder if somebody's commented on this video. Well, why not open it up and take a look? That's basically what I have to do. But if I do see it, I will try to make a private message. I'll see how the testing works out with the privating and privating, and I'll try to keep in touch with you. So if you want to hear from me, you must check your inbox and enable your inbox to your email messages. That's the best way if you want to see me write things of varying relevance. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.